What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another Madden 23 rebuild. Today we have the Green Bay Packers, where Aaron Rodgers is now a New York Jet, and we have 2 first-round picks in the next draft. Jordan Love may be our quarterback for the future, may not. We'll see how he does this season. Aaron Jones, AJ Dillon, we got a good running back room. Going to be starting Christian Watson and Dobbs at receiver with Lazard at 3, and I'm going to have Dobbs in the slot as well. 2 really young, really promising receivers. Watson, he started out the season pretty rough, but towards the end, he started lighting it up, and I think he has a bright future. Offensive line is pretty young outside of, Bakhtiari. Elton Jenkins is decently young, and then Myers, Runyon, and Tom are all young. Hopefully, Tom and Myers can develop a little bit, and then outside of that, we're good. And then Tunyon, I think he's 28, 29. 28 years old, star, pretty decent tight end. I'm a fan of Tunyon the Onion. And then on defense, I'm going to be starting Devontae Wyatt at left end over Dean Lowry, since he is much younger, has a dev trait, and I think he's a better player, honestly. And then we have Kenny Clark in the middle, and Jerron Reed, who probably won't be here after this season. At the cornerbacks, we have Jair Alexander, Rasul Douglas, and Eric Stokes. A very good cornerback room. And, it's probably a cornerback room we can keep throughout this whole rebuild. Maybe Rasul Douglas moves on at some point. We'll see. Darnell Savage, decently young, 25 years old, I believe. 78 star. Pretty good. Adrian Amos, I believe he is 29. Star dev. But that's a really good skill set to have with good traits as well. I know he has a contract coming up, and we will probably keep him around for 1 or 2 more seasons. Rashawn Gary, very good edge. Preston Smith, not as good. Probably look to replace him. Quay Walker, young, great middle linebacker. I'm excited to see what Quay Walker can do in the league, because I think he could be one of the top linebackers. And then we have Devondre Campbell, veteran alongside him, 29 years old, star. If he could get his dev trait up higher a little bit, that'd be great. But, he's still a good linebacker as is. And, we'll get through this first season, see how Jordan Love performs, and make a decision there. We are also going to be going with the Falcons ATL draft class. Last time we went with Del Santo. We're going to switch it up, see how the Falcons ATL draft class looks. And I like how this draft class looks. I mean, we'll see how all the ratings and attributes look, but Bryce Young, Jalen Carter, Will Anderson, Will Levis, and CJ Stroud in the top 5 in this draft. And then, if Jordan Love doesn't perform well, we could always get one of these quarterbacks. And we have 2 first-round picks. We could use them to trade up higher if we need to get one of them. Not out of the question, but we got to see how Jordan Love performs first. So I wanted to sim this season with Aaron Rodgers first and then trade him in the offseason. But I already tried that, and no team can afford him after the season, so we had to do it before the season, and that's why we're doing 2022 with Jordan Love. So we end up going 6-11 behind Jordan Love, but he is 3rd in the league in yards, so I'm not sure it was quite his fault, unless he had a lot of picks. His passer rating is terrible, so he probably, ooh, gosh. So, I don't think drafting a quarterback is out of the question. Did good in yards, decent touchdowns. 26 picks, though, I'm not a fan of. Not at all. Receiving, because he had all the yards and touchdowns. Watson, Dubs. I say Dubs, but I know it's Dobbs. And then Lazard, all over 1,000 yards. I like saying Dubs, because we want those Dubs, As for blocking, of course, Zach Tom as a rookie, not a great tackle, but he can develop, we can build on it. I think that was pretty good performance by the line. And then we have Campbell and Walker over 100 tackles. We have Preston Smith leading the way with tackle for loss. Devontae Wyatt with 12, and 10 for Kenny Clark and Rashawn Gary. Sacks, 11.5 for Rashawn Gary, 8.5 for Kenny Clark. And then after that, it wasn't much. Devontae Wyatt had 3.5, and then big drop off. Devondre Campbell led the way with 3 picks. 2 for Stokes, 1 for Rasul Douglas, and 1 for Jair Alexander. That's pretty sad, actually. Usually when you throw picks, you get more picks, but that just wasn't the case for us. It is going to be a Bills and Eagles Super Bowl. Go ahead and take a look at yearly awards though, see if we had anything. Jalen Hurts wins MVP. Offensive player Cooper Kupp. Defensive player Brian Burns. Offensive rookie Christian Watson, love to see it. Hopefully that's a dev up for him. Quay Walker third for defensive rookie. Would have been nice if he won that. Best quarterback, no, because of picks. Best running back, no. Receiver, no. O-line, we had Runyon on there. D-line, no. Linebacker, Rashawn Gary, 6. And DB, no. Kicker, no. We won no awards except for offensive rookie, so at least we won something, right? But does it lead to any dev-ups? I mean, it would probably only be Watson, if any, and Watson does go up to superstar. You'd love to see it. Wish dubs, or I'm gonna keep saying dubs, I don't care, because we're going for dubs and we need to get some dubs. Why it's only star, but that's fine. Quay Walker, would have been nice for him to win an award so he could get up to superstar, and Campbell doesn't get up to superstar either, but it is what it is. Who's gonna win the Super Bowl? Bills, Eagles? It is the Bills. Eagles lose in real life and in Madden. Love to see it as a Giants fan. Okay, so because of how the cap works in Madden, I had to clear my cap penalties because we were at negative 40 million, which means I had to let Tunyon and Amos walk, which I did not want to do. And I mean, obviously they're going to have a cap penalty in real life, but since they're going to be trading him later, it's going to be less of a cap penalty. And I mean, I would have been fine with taking the normal cap penalty, but because no one else could even afford him aside from the Bears, after getting to this stage, I think it's fair to clear the cap penalties and just re-sign Tunyon, re-sign Amos, and that's all I'm going to do in free agency. Because those are the only players I was really interested in getting anyway. I want 2 years on Amos, though. I don't think I really want to give him 3. 2 is even stretching it for me, unless he gets a dev up. But I'll do 10.6 per year. That should be, I mean, I'm going to pump it up a little bit, I guess. We'll do this. We'll make it 11 per year. Oh no, I did 3. Anyway, unfortunately, Amos goes to the Steelers because they offered him 3 years. I didn't want to do that. We're going to have to look to replace him, but we at least got Tunyon back. Are there any other safeties? Maybe I should have gone for Peppers. I mean, I think we'll just end up drafting a late round one and seeing what happens, because I just, like I said, I didn't want to do much with the free agency because of the cap penalty situation and everything. So we're just going to take Tunyon and head to the draft. We do end up with the number 8 and the number 13 pick in the first round. The Jets pick ended up being higher than I thought it would be, but I am okay with that. So at pick 8, I believe we'll take a quarterback. I'd like to take one of the top 3, but not in the top, one of the top 3. So Tyree Wilson goes number 1 to the Seahawks, right? I don't want to adjust my lineup. Jeez. You know, I'm thinking I would really like CJ Stroud. Obviously, we're not going to get Bryce Young. But at pick 3, there's still no quarterbacks off the board. Still all the quarterbacks on the board. Oh boy, we might have a chance at CJ Stroud, one of the top 3 quarterbacks. Depending on how the Steelers and Titans go about this. Oh, so we're going to have a pick between Will Levis or CJ Stroud, depending on what the Titans do. Okay. So I think we're going to go CJ Stroud here at pick 8. I like it. I mean, yeah, we could go Will Levis. I think CJ Stroud is a better quarterback. Will Levis, you know, the main thing for me is his traits. He has aggressive forcing passes, which is going to lead to numbers like Jordan Love had. Also, average census pressure. Not the best. He does have a balanced quarterback style, so that's good, but I'm not looking to develop someone with bad traits, you know? Average sense of pressure is fine. Ideal forcing passes is really what I'm looking for. And you know, he plays well within and outside the pocket. Good throw power. I mean, he has better accuracies across the board. CJ Stroud's our new quarterback here. 90 throw power, 80 speed, 21 years old, hidden dev. Love to see it. Alright, so here at pick 13, Levis and Richardson are still there. We already have our quarterback though. We don't need corner. We could go tackle. But I think Zach Tom's going to be fine. Receiver is definitely in play. But do I want to go receiver this high? And do I want it to be someone like Zay Flowers or Jackson Smith and Jigba? I mean, not necessarily. This would probably become our number 2. He is not good athletically, but we knew that. B short, C medium, C release. I mean, he's okay. Zay Flowers, though, if we want a playmaker, Zay Flowers is going to be that guy. He actually reminds me a lot of Brandon Cooks. And I love Brandon Cooks, but that D release is just yucky. Or we could go on the defensive side of the ball. Get a new defensive lineman, because we do need a new defensive lineman. We also need a safety. But I think safety would be more of a second round pick. Then again, I think Brian Branch is absolutely the guy who we could start right away. Do we trade down and get a later first round pick and pick up more? I think that might be the move. I'm going to see if I can, though. Or do we get someone like Trenton Simpson? Like, I think this dude's going to be a beast. Do we get someone like Trenton Simpson and say, hey, you're going to play safety now? Does he have the speed to play safety, though? So let's see. Elite speed, elite excel, but that's for an outside linebacker, which is kind of skewed compared to other positions. So let's look at it. A 4.59 at his college pro day. What did Brian Branch run at his pro day? He ran a 4.49, so, and that says good speed for that. So it's kind of hard to compare different positions like that. I don't think he would quite make it as a safety. What about Jack Campbell? I just think a lot of these linebackers look better than the safeties. And I like how his speed says solid at 4.58. See? It's just ridiculous. Not ridiculous, but you know, it's hard to really tell. I think we try and trade down here, though. Alright, so we're going to do this trade with the Ravens where we move down 4 spots, acquire a 3rd rounder this year, and a 4th next year. Alright, and here at pick 17, we are going to take Brian Branch. Hidden dev, 90 speed. That's okay. 21 years old. Hopefully, it was a good pick. Alright, with round 2, pick 8, we're going to take Mozzie Smith, our Jaron Reed replacement on the D-line. 92 strength, 72 speed, 80 excel. He had a very good combine, and it looks like he's going to slide right in and be a beast for us. Now, this may be a biased pick, but I really like Kai Blue Kelly. I think he's going to be a beast in real life. We're going to take him here as our number 4 corner. And, you know, if Rasul Douglas doesn't work out, has to walk at some point, we have Kai Blue Kelly, hopefully, who can develop nicely behind everyone else. And at round 3, pick 17, we're going to get our Alan Lazard replacement, I believe. But who is that going to be? Is it going to be Marvin Mims? It could be. Or there's a lot of options, honestly. I'm between that, Xavier Hutchinson, A.T. Perry, Dontavian Wicks. There's a lot of good options here. Yeah, you know what? We're going to bring in Marvin Mims here. 91 speed, 92 excel, 87 agility. Pretty good. 3rd receiving option. I'll take it. Here in round 4, we're going to bring in Nick Hampton. Very athletic edge that we need depth. 88 speed, 88 excel is really good. And I mean, Preston Smith isn't the best. So maybe Nick Hampton could be a guy. You know, he's a guy, right? Taking Jake Moody here in the 7th round. 93 kick power head, 8 kick accuracy, and hidden dev. Alright guys, I'm honestly very happy with this draft. CJ Stroud, 73 hidden dev. Brian Branch, 75 hidden dev. Mozzie Smith, 72 was hidden dev as well. Yep. Let's see, 74 power move, 75 block shedding. Not bad, honestly. Especially for a hidden dev rookie. CJ Stroud, let's see what he looks like. Does have ideal force passes and average sense of pressure. You like to see it. Very good accuracies out the gate. I think he's going to be very good for us. Brian Branch, new strong safety. We needed it and we got it. 75 zone, 72 tackle, 75 hit power, 73 man. Okay. Big hitter, high motor. Not bad. We're going to change his number. I'll change their numbers and everything. Caillou Blue Kelly. 69 zone, 74 man, 72 press. I like it. And then Marvin Mims, the last pick besides the kicker that really matters. 71 normal dev. 72 release pretty good. He has really decent route running out the gate. Like, especially for, what, a third round pick? Like, I will take that. And then, of course, I had to get Riley Moss. And then I grabbed another running back because we only had 2 on the roster, so I like to have 3. Alright, everybody, this is going to be the team for the 2023 season. We got Mims as our third receiver now. We got Stroud at QB. Everything else is the same on offense. On defense, we add Mozzie Smith at right end. We add Brian Branch at strong safety. And Caillou Blue Kelly is going to be backup strong safety, as well as our fourth corner. Outside of that, everything is the same. And let's see how CJ Stroud does. So at midseason, we're 2-5. And what exactly is the problem? So our offensive pass yards per game are not good. That's really our biggest weakness, and our run defense is really bad. How bad is CJ Stroud doing? Do we need to get him a bona fide receiver? Is that what's holding him back? Is like what's really holding him back? I know Dobbs and Watson and Mims aren't like the most ideal receivers, but they're not bad. I don't think we can really use the no weapons excuse for him. Maybe it's the playbook. Maybe we turn things around the second half of the season. Maybe it was just a tough first half. I mean, we lost by the Bucks. We lost to the Bucks by 7. We lost our first game by 3. So they've been close games, as far as I can tell. But let's see if we can turn it around. Actually, let's see what we have to resign before we do that. 52 million, Robert Quinn, Lonnie Johnson, Josh Oliver, Mustapher. These were all free agents I signed. And then we have Rashawn Gary, Darnell Savage, Runyon, Jordan Love. I mean, I'm not going to bring back Dylan. We don't need him. Definitely want to bring back Rashawn Gary, though. It's going to be a lot of money, but it's definitely worth it. And we'll do a 6-year. Do 13 and 8. And we get Rashawn Gary back on a $21 million per year deal. 32 million left. And we have Darnell Savage and then John Runyon. Shouldn't be too much money, to be honest. I'll do a 3-year for Savage. Bump that up. And we get Savage back on, what was that, 6 per year is not bad. Then we have 26 million left to get John Runyon. And that's all we need. That's all we need back. Sounds good. Oh, guys. CJ Stroud got a breakout. Things are looking good. The man's a superstar now, which means he came out as a star. That's okay, because he's a superstar now, so I'm not upset. Now we have a breakout linebacker here in week 10. Rashawn Gary wants to be an X Factor. I want you to be an X Factor, Rashawn. Come on, do it. Let's go. Unfortunately, Rashawn Gary did not get his breakout. Sheesh. We got that trench boost. 10k XP for the whole offensive line. Alright, so we didn't make the playoffs, but we did have a better year, and we did finish the season better than we started it, so that's something. Stroud didn't have the most phenomenal season, but 4,500 yards and 32 touchdowns is okay. He threw 10 less picks than Jordan Love did last season, 2 more touchdowns, 400 less yards, but I will take the touchdown to pick ratio. 1,210 from Aaron Jones. AJ Dillon will be walking after the year. Romeo Dobbs, 1,310 in the slot. 1,107 for Watson, 705 for Marvin Mims, and 605 for the Tunyon Onion. Zach Tom, 10 sacks allowed. Less than last year, so I'll take it. The O-line is not bad. Not bad at all. Defensively, Campbell and Walker both over 100 tackles again. 4 guys in double-digit tackle for loss being Preston Smith, Kenny Clark, Quay Walker, and Rashawn Gary. Sacks, Rashawn Gary, 13, earning his contract. 7.5 for Kenny Clark, 5 for Devonta Wyatt, 5 for Preston Smith, or 4.5, excuse me, 3 for Quay Walker, and 2.5 for Mozzie Smith. Picks, 3 for Stokes, 3 for Campbell, 3 for Douglas, 2 for Walker, 2 for Branch, and 1 for a few other guys. Caillou Blue Kelly got himself in there. Like it. Kicking, Jake Moody was very good. 12 for 13. I like that. And who was our returner? We had 2 kick return touchdowns. Kalen Geiger's just someone the CPU signed, but Marvin Mims getting one is nice. I like how our top team need is quarterback at B-. I don't think that's true, actually, guys. I think you need to reevaluate how the system works. Anyway, MVP Jalen Hurts. Nice. Love to see it. Not really, but... Boogie! Offensive Player of the Year, Jalen Hurts. Defensive Player of the Year, Brian Burns. Offensive Rookie is CJ Stroud. I'll take it. Marvin Mims is on there as well. What about the AFC? Bryce Young, of course. I guess Anthony Richardson and Will Levis are just not starters, or they just did really bad. I don't know. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Clark Phillips with the Giants. Brian Branch get number 2. I saw Mozzie Smith on the list as well. Best quarterback, Jalen Hurts. CJ Stroud made the list. That's something. Aaron Jones at 6 for best running back. Romeo Doubs at 5 for receiver. Bakhtiari at 7 for O-line. What about D-line? Can we get someone on every list? Nope. Best linebacker, Rashawn Gary at 3. Best DB? Nope. And best kicker, Jake Moody. Moody. Love to see it. Let's see dev traits. I wonder if he came out as a superstar or if he's getting up to superstar with that. We'll see. CJ Stroud, superstar. We already knew that though. Outside of that, nothing on offense. On defense, no changes. Brian Branch is a star, unfortunately, and so is Mozzie Smith. Jake Moody, we still don't know, but he does have 2 points. That's nice. I think I just saw a Billy's on there. Nope. We just don't know yet. He's probably going to be a superstar, though, if I had to guess. 98 kick power, 85 kick accuracy. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Anyway, Cowboys and Chiefs Super Bowl. No shocker. Love to see that. Not repetitive at all. And the Cowboys won 21-18. How awesome. So we do need edge help. And there are edge in this free agency. In Brian Burns and Nick Bosa. Nick Bosa would be all the rest of our money. And Brian Burns has no interest. So we really can't go after either of them. Nor do I think they would actually be here. Ed Oliver, full interest in the team. Could play over Mozzie Smith, but I think our D-line is fine. So, the only thing I'm targeting is Brandon Ayuk. And we're the only team offering on him, and we get Brandon Ayuk. So, bolster up our receiver room. Now we have a good weapon going forward for CJ Stroud, and let's see if that really turns things around for us. That's the only player I'm going to sign in free agency. I'd like to hold on to some money just in case we need it. Guys, I know it's crazy, but I so badly want to move up to pick 1 for Brandon Pritchard. This dude looks amazing. He's a power rusher, right? Elite speed, great strength, great excel. That's already enough for me, but A, block shedding, B, finesse. Don't know his power moves, but he's a power rusher, so it's going to be higher than finesse. This dude looks phenomenal, and we need edge. I think it's a little crazy to do that. Because this is kind of supposed to be realistic, right? I mean, is there anyone else who's that? I mean, Steve Mann, he's fast. Be finesse though, so we know what his finesse is. We know his block shedding isn't as good. Brandon Pritchard is going to be phenomenal. Are there any, like, ends that are edges? Like, there's Daniel Walls, okay? A to C block shedding. Has good speed, and that's for defensive end. His speed isn't going to be good for an outside linebacker. It's going to be good for a D lineman. And then who else do we have? Javier Galindo, who is absolutely not an edge. Like, this man is absolutely the guy. Brandon Pritchard. If I can, I'm going to move up to 1. I have to. So I want to trade with the Lions. But I'd have to get someone who could make the cap work, and it would probably have to be Tracy Walker. If they do this, I'll do it. I don't necessarily want to, but they won't do it anyway. I could probably give them a 1 and 2 twos. I tried doing a 1 and 2 in Kingsley and Negbury, but they are just not interested in Egbari. Maybe I do a 1, a 2, and a future 2, because I'd like to keep one of our twos this year. Oh, maybe if I do those picks, we do 16 and 36. And then if I throw in Kingsley, should boost it just enough. I know it's interdivisional, but they are getting a young edge out of this, and he actually brings the value down. Alright then. Well, we're going to do that with a future 2 then. How about that? I could do a 4, but I think it's more realistic to do this because we're moving up to pick 1. So we're going to give them pick 16, pick 36, and a second rounder next year to move up to pick 1 and get the edge of the future on the opposite side of Rashawn Gary. And that is going to be Brandon Pritchard. Hopefully he's not a bust. Hopefully this is the right pick. 87 speed is phenomenal. 89 excel, 83 strength. If he's not generational, I don't know, man. He looks very good. With our pick in the second round, I'm going to take Sidney Johnson. Very athletic. He doesn't have the greatest attributes. He does have A, finesse moves, but C, block shedding. But 90 strength, 75 speed, 84 excel is pretty nice. Took Javier Bernard, right guard, hidden dev in the third round. 86 strength, looks very good. Had A's and B's across the board as well. Alright, so Javier Bernard turns out to be a really good pick. 76 overall. Not bad. Terrible run blocker with the power and finesse, but pass blocking? Sign me up for that. Sidney Johnson, 69 overall. I mean, it's nice, but it's not nice. Brandon Pritchard, 77. I thought he was going to be generational, but 83 power moves, 87 speed. Oh my gosh. Hello? We're going to change his number though. 2. What are we going to change it to? Do I want to give him a single digit? Oh, we can't. Right then. 92. I think I want a 50 on him. We'll do 56. 56. Alright, Lawrence Taylor's number. You better play like Lawrence Taylor. Then we got Sidney Johnson, who has the same face as Javier Bernard. 67. Does have hidden dev at least. Don't think he's going to start though. And we'll give him number 90. After that, I took Ethan Coleman, backup tight end, and I simmed out the rest, and the CPU got decent picks. Let's go look at the draft as a whole though. I'm kind of interested to see who the best player was. Figured it was going to be Flynn, and I knew Dillard was going to be a beast. I wasn't going to trade up for a tight end though. Pritchard was a 77, so top 5 talent for sure in the draft. I'll take it. Definitely an upgrade over Preston. Alright, here we are sitting at an 86 overall. Added Brandon Ayuk at receiver. We did add Javier Bernard, but he is not going to start over anyone because he's just... that run blocking power and finesse just is so bad. We'll see if we need to replace anyone at some point. We do have him. Or if we need to make a trade. Do have Ethan Coleman, backup tight end now. And on the defense, we have the boy Brandon Pritchard. Is it Brandon or Bradley? I want to get his name right. Brandon Pritchard, right outside linebacker. Hopefully, can be a stud. I have him starting at rush N2, don't worry. Kaiu Kelly remains the backup strong safety because we didn't get a new backup. Outside of that though, defense is the same, offense basically the same. We added one piece on each side and hopefully it's enough. Alright, I will take 4-3 at mid-season, honestly. We do have a breakout DB, but let's see who we need to resign first. First, Aaron Jones, Bakhtiari, Kenny Clark, oh lord, Rasul Douglas, Robert Tonyan, Eric Stokes, Josh Myers. Oh, Josh Myers won't be expensive. If we keep him. Actually, we could replace him. Definitely Aaron Jones. We need to keep a stud running back around. I think 8.5 is perfect, and so does Aaron Jones. Bakhtiari, I absolutely want to keep. I would give him a 2-year deal for sure. And we'll do this. We get Bakhtiari back, one of the best left tackles in the league. Got to keep that guy around. Kenny Clark, one of the best D tackles in the league. Definitely got to keep him around. I'll offer this. If he wants more, I'll give him more. He doesn't, that's fine. 56 million left is perfect, actually. we should be able to get everyone. Razul, I will keep around if he is willing. And he is. We get Razul back with 50 million left. Honestly, we could bring Josh Myers back, but will we? Eric Stokes. I don't know. We'll wait on Eric Stokes. Tunyon. He wants 4 years? Sheesh. Probably not going to bring Tunyon back. We will probably look to upgrade tight end and maybe third corner. We shall see. Let's see what our breakout DB is. If it's Eric Stokes, perfect. It's Jair. Aren't you already an X Factor or are you Superstar? I guess he's Superstar, but we can get him X Factor here. I'd like to see that. And let's see if he gets it against the Giants, who are 1-6. If we lose here, I swear, dude. Of course. We lost 34-3 to a team with 1 win. What? What do you mean? Oh my gosh. Well, I guarantee Jair did not get his breakout. Yeah, alright. Well, that's fantastic. Well, 9-8's not great, but we did win the division, and it's our best season so far. It's gotta be the playbooks, right? Like, how? We have a good team, bro. I don't know. Let's hop in, though. Alright, let's see how this team performs in Super Sim. We take a 7-0 lead in the first quarter. Things are looking okay. It's tied 7-7 in the second. Now we're down 10-7. 10-10 in the second, and we're down 7-10. We're down 17-13 at halftime. Now it's 24-13 in the fourth quarter. Alright, 24-21. Can the defense make a stop? Holding to a field goal, guys. They can't. That is a 2-possession game now in the fourth quarter. It is a 7-point game, 31-24. That's a big play that they cannot allow there. Defense is just terrible. Wow. They couldn't do it. Wow, 34-24. So what was the problem? Defense, right? Like, defense is bad. But why? Watson and Ayuk did great. Stroud was fine. He just didn't throw any touchdowns. Like, that's really good stats. Our defense, we couldn't stop Ryan Tannehill. Why? Who is just sucking butt out here? I can't see catches allowed. That's good. They should show that. You should be allowed to see what's really happening here. I don't understand, man. Make that make sense. Like, is the playbook that bad? Do we just switch fully? Like, Stroud had a good year. Imagine him in, like, Bucks or Cowboys scheme, though. I think we may switch to Bucks. 1,412 for Ayuk, 1,008 for Watson, 805 for Dubs. Bernard did play 175 snaps and allowed 0. Bakhtiari allowed the most sacks. Interesting. He's getting old. So is Campbell. Tackle for loss 20, 18, 16, 14. Not any sacks from Pritchard, though. Interesting. 13.5, 8.5. We didn't get any sacks. We got no pressure. I might switch to 4-3 and go to Chiefs defensive playbook. If I'm being honest. We'll do Chiefs defense, Bucks offense and see what happens. Maybe. Or maybe we do one more season with the Packers and see what happens. Moody, good year. Clearly the Packers playbooks are not it, right? So 11th in offense, 6th in defensive yards, but our defense total was terrible. We just can't score. So we're getting yards, we're just not scoring. And we're not stopping them from scoring. Even though we're stopping them from getting yards. That doesn't even make sense. How does that make sense? What? I mean, I can see a lot of yards and not a lot of points, but the other way around doesn't really make sense to me. Offensive Player of the Year, Ayuk at 6. Defensive Player of the Year, we had Rashawn Gary at 4. So we're getting top players, we're just not getting top results. Brandon Pritchard at number 2 for defensive rookie behind Robert Devine. Best QB, Jalen Hurts. Are we on here? Yeah, Stroud at 6. Best running back, Jones at 5. Best receiver, Ayuk at 5. Best O-lineman, Elton Jenkins at 5. Everyone's at 5, I guess, except for D-line. No one for the D-line. Linebackers, we had Rashawn Gary at 2. Best DB, we got Jair at 3. And best kicker at 8. This is a weird situation because we're getting all those yards. We're just not scoring? Well, our rush yards per game are terrible. For defense. Oh, let's see if we have any devos, by the way. We get Ayuk up to superstar. That's nice. 2 superstar receivers, superstar running back, superstar quarterback, but we can't win. On defense, Kenny Clark and Rashawn Gary go up to X Factor. That's nice to see. Pritchard is only a star. Not nice to see. Outside of that, nothing. I think we can let Stokes walk, honestly. We have Kyle Blue Kelly, and we still have money for free agency. I think that's the move. And then, if anything, Rasul Douglas can play third corner if we find a better one in free agency. Although pass defense hasn't been our problem. It's been the rush defense. And I understand we have like 75 overall ends. We're going to go to a 4-3 actually. Yeah, we're going to go to 4-3, change the Chiefs defense. And we'll see how this looks now. Alright, and now this is what our defense looks like in a 4-3. Kenny Clark, Devonta Wyatt in the middle, Rashawn Gary, Pritchard at defensive end. With Quay Walker, Campbell, and Preston Smith at linebackers, we're going to need to upgrade over Preston Smith. And maybe even Devondre Campbell. But I think this is going to work out a lot better with Chiefs defense and Bucks offense. Alright, we made some huge signings in free agency. Ryan Jensen on a 1-year deal. Huge upgrade there. Greg Newsome on a 4-year deal. Not too expensive either. He's going to be our new number 2 corner. And then DJ Reader on a pretty decent 2-year deal. Who's going to be our DT number 2. Like, Kenny Clark and DJ Reader, our run stopping game should be phenomenal now. But we're going to find out. There were no linebackers really that I wanted to target. Amon-Ra's there, but we don't need a receiver. The linebackers are just, they're not anything to write home about, right? Kaiser White is our best option. And I think I'm okay with not doing that. Baron Browning could be an option, but I think we will look to upgrade there in the draft, as well as at tight end, because there was just nothing here. Of course, we could have brought back Tunyon, but he still wanted a 3-4 year deal, and I'm not doing that at his age. Also, Javier Bernard turns out to be a star as well. But looking at our team, outside linebacker, potentially safety. Brian Branch has not developed, man. It's unfortunate. D-line is phenomenal now. But outside linebacker and tight end are absolutely our biggest needs. Went with Evan Minter here in the first round. 86 speed, 89 excel. Change of direction isn't the greatest, but overall he was the best looking linebacker, and he comes out with hidden dev. Alright, so outside of Evan Minter, draft was a big old busty bust. Gonna look to trade for a tight end, I think. Probably gonna have to, yeah, it's probably gonna have to be the best bet. Best players in this draft were Tyron Bates and Max Nelson, 281 overalls. Alright, we are sending Preston Smith and a 3rd round pick to the Cardinals for Trey McBride to be our new tight end. Am I an idiot? I could have sworn we signed DJ Reader. Uh-huh? I'm confused. I must be just out of it. I don't know, man. I really could have sworn that DJ Reader signed. I'm losing my mind. I don't know. There's no way to go back and really check. Are you... Did the CPU cut DJ Reader? Why would they do that? Madden, you're broken. Your AI is the worst in the world. Why would you cut a top, what, 10, 15 D tackle in the league? Why? That literally doesn't make sense. That's probably the worst thing I've ever seen. That's the only thing that's the only explanation. Like what? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. The 11th best defensive tackle in the league was cut from our team. So now I have to go and trade for DJ Reader because they decided to do that. That's beyond bogus, dude. Okay, Madden. Give me my damn D tackle. What is going on with this game? I can't believe I had to trade that to get him back. Alright, now that that tomfoolery is over, here's the offense. Only change, Trey McBride at tight end, and Ryan Jensen at center. Pretty big upgrades. I mean, tight end not so much, it's a downgrade, but younger. We had Minter at outside linebacker. We are now in a 4-3. We're running the Chiefs defense, which is the best in Sim. DJ Reader is back on the team. We have a lot of good D tackles, but I signed him, so I wanted him, you know? We signed him to a 2-year deal. I distinctly remember that. I'm not losing my mind, all right? And we added Greg Newsome. That's just blows my mind that they would cut an 86 overall D tackle. I don't understand that. This should be a good year with the Bucks and Chiefs playbooks, though. Oh, and of course, we're 3-3 at midseason. That's phenomenal. I'm going to go to Cowboys offense. Screw it. You know, Babe Ruth called a shot back in the day. All right, Jair. You already tried this. Let's see who we have to resign. We have a tandem breakout on defense. And we have Ryan Jensen, Christian Watson for sure I'm bringing back. Get him on a 5-year, and he has no interest in the team. That's freaking awesome. 8.5 per year works out. 47 million left. Definitely want Quay Walker though. Shouldn't be too expensive. And he has interest in the team. 8.1 per year. We get Quay back. Definitely want Trey McBride. I mean, do I wait till the end of the year to re-sign him? I think I do. Razul, you can walk now. Zach Tom. Devonta Wyatt. There's a lot here. I'll bring back Devonta Wyatt. How about that? He doesn't even want much. I'll do that. Okay, so Trey McBride will wait on. Jensen is probably going to walk. He might retire, honestly. Romeo Doubs, we'll see. Rasul Douglas, we'll see. He's probably going to regress even further, so probably not. Zach Tom does have interest, so potentially. But the rest we will see. And let's check out this breakout. Who's breaking out on defense? We'll praise Greg Newsome. So we have Greg Newsome and Jair breaking out. Alright. One of them's got to do something, right? And then before we do anything else, Cowboys offense seems to do the best for me. So we'll see about that. Maybe Atlanta. But we'll go with Dallas. And we'll go from here. Well, it worked against the Lions, but who knows if it'll work the rest of the way. So Jair got his breakout. Nice! I'll take another X Factor, thank you very much. What about our tandem breakout for Greg Newsome, though? Nope. Not for Greg, but we got it for Jair. It's okay. 1 for 2. One breakout is better than no breakouts, right? Alright, and then we will go to the end of the season. Yo, this game is beyond broken. Another 8-9 season. Why? It literally doesn't make sense. We have a stacked team. Stroud throws 22 interceptions. How? Oh my gosh, man. Fix your damn game, dude. Come on. Aaron Jones, 1,315 touchdowns. Great. Ayuk, 1,314 touchdowns. McBride, 904. We will re-sign him because that's a pretty good season. Christian Watson had 1 touchdown. Phenomenal. Love it. I love this game. Sacks, not bad. Tackles, Quay Walker led the way. And Jair had more than Devondre Campbell. Makes sense. Tackle for loss, Rashawn Gary, Kenny Clark, Pritchard, and Reader all over 10. Sacks, Pritchard led the way with 12. Sean Gary had 9.5. Reader with 6. I'm so annoyed, man. Jair and Newsom had 4 picks. Quay Walker and Branch had 3 picks. Razula and Blue Kelly had 2 picks. A couple guys with 1 pick, and just... it didn't even matter. All of these interceptions didn't even matter. Because Madden is busted. Busted and broken, and it... Alright, I guess we're going to try Falcons playbook. Is that the next one? Oh look, Jalen Hurts wins MVP again on the 8-9 Eagles. Alright. Zeke is Offensive Player of the Year for the Cowboys. Defensive Player of the Year is Devin White. Offensive Rookie of the Year. Bubba Butler, what a name. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Caleb Yarborough with the Seahawks. Evan Minter at number 5. Best QB, Jalen Hurts. We're not going to be on there because we threw 22 picks for whatever reason. Best running back is Zeke. Aaron Jones at 4. Best receiver, Ayuk at 2. Best O lineman, none of ours. Best D lineman, Pritchard at 4. Okay. What about best linebackers? Probably not, because we're in a 4-3, and they're going to prioritize sacks when it's linebackers. Jair Alexander, Greg Newsom, 4 and 5 for best DB. Alright, any dev ups? Wow, look, it's Cowboys Titans Super Bowl. Ayuk goes up to X Factor. Nice. And on defense, Minter is a star. Campbell goes up to Superstar. That's great. That's what we want to see. That's who we wanted to go up to Superstar, actually. Alright, Super Bowl 60. Titans and Cowboys. Titans win the Super Bowl 38-22. I'm not going to Titans playbook because they are run heavy. And that's not what I want. I want CJ Stroud to dot him up with Ayuk and Christian Watson. We have weapons. We have everything that we need. But can't get it done. I was so excited going into this rebuild, and now I'm annoyed. That's the best way I can describe how I feel right now. Like, how can this team not win? Do we want Zach Tom back, though? 91 pass block finesse? I think we do want Zach Tom back. Because that's like the biggest need at right tackle. Is that pass block finesse. If he does 6 per year? Alright, well, go to free agency then. We have your backup. He's still a good pass blocker, the backup. Outside of that, DJ Reader I'm going to let walk. I guess the... yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Dobbs. How are you developing? Probably have like 0 release. 76, close enough to 0. I mean, we'll see what it looks like in free agency. He doesn't have interest in the team anyway. Oh, let's go see, brothers. Alright, 2 signings in free agency. Roger McCreary will replace Rasul Douglas, and Kyle Hamilton is going to play somewhere. Not sure yet, but Superstar, 85 overall, definitely an upgrade over what we have. Alright, so this is our draft. Billy McMillan and Dalton. One of them is going to be starting. And Spencer Scandrick, decent looking outside linebacker who comes out to be a 74 hidden dev. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to move Kyle Hamilton to linebacker. And he's going to start. Because that sounds like a good idea to me. Alrighty then, this is what the team looks like for the 2026 season. We got McMillan starting at center. We got Javier Bernard setting a right tackle. We got Trey McBride at tight end. And Mims is our third receiver now, once again. Going to be playing Campbell at right out and Kyle Hamilton at left out. I think that should work out very nicely. Sub linebacker is going to be Quay and Hamilton, so more speed. More coverage ability, I think. Campbell's just... he's fallen off, man. Outside of that, we got McCreary at slot. I really don't want to have to scrap this rebuild, but if we don't make the playoffs, this is just going to have to be... I'm throwing this away, and I have to redo the whole rebuild, because I can't have a rebuild do this bad. It doesn't make sense. I did do the Cowboys playbook up until week 7, and then I switched to Atlanta. I mean, we lost 35-31. We scored points. We just couldn't stop them, even though we have a good defense, and we lost again. Dude, I don't get it. We have the 10th in defensive points per game and 14th, but we're 2-5. All right, can we beat the Bears? If not, this is just Sawash. Oh my gosh, dude. How? How is it this bad, dude? I don't get it. I literally don't understand. Like, why is this? Oh my gosh, dude. Alright, we didn't win a single game with Atlanta playbook, so that ain't it. I'm going to try Kansas City offense, Kansas City defense, and see if it does anything. I'm just going to sim the rest of the season. See you guys there. And we finished 7-10. Yay. Why is this team doing so bad, dude? How? CJ Stroud, fucking do something! We have great receivers. We have a good running back. We have decent O-line. Oh my gosh. Kyle Hamilton at linebacker is a cheat code, though. If he doesn't win Defensive Player of the Year, it's rigged. Kyle Hamilton, Defensive Player of the Year. Is he going to win linebacker as well? Yep. Kyle Hamilton at linebacker is a cheat code. Confirmed. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.